Listen, every man has a moment in his life where everything shifts. A moment where you stop chasing, stop explaining, stop proving yourself, and that silence hits her harder than any words ever could. Because deep down, she never thought you'd outgrow her. She never thought you'd find your strength again. She never thought you'd walk away for real. But the moment she realizes she lost you forever, it's not when you ignore a text. It's not when you unfollow her. It's when she sees the man you've become without her. Calm, focused, in control. A man who doesn't break his own standards just to keep someone in his life. That's when it hits her. You weren't waiting. You were leveling up. She starts replaying every memory. Every time you cared. Every time you showed up. Every time you gave more than you ever asked for. And now you're silent, not out of anger, but out of peace. And nothing scares a woman more than a man who finds peace without her. 'Cause here's the truth, brother. When a man finally loves himself, no one gets to walk in and out of his life for free. And you've reached that point. She can feel it. That distance, that shift, that unbothered energy she never thought you'd have. This is the moment she realizes the door she walked out of doesn't open the same way anymore. She didn't lose you because you changed. She lost you because you finally remembered who you are. At first, she'll play it cool. That's always the first move. She'll act like she's unbothered, like losing you didn't touch a single nerve. She'll post the right pictures, say the right things, keep herself busy, surrounded by noise so she doesn't have to sit alone with the truth. She'll convince herself she's fine. And she'll try to convince everyone else too. But brother, that's the surface. That's ego talking, not her heart. Deep down, there's a shift she can't explain, a discomfort she can't shake, because she expected you to linger. She expected you to react. She expected you to still orbit around her like you always did. And when you didn't, it cracked something inside her. She won't admit it. She might even double down on the pride. But late at night, when everything slows down and her world gets quiet, that's when reality hits her the hardest. Because the moment she sees you detached, the moment she feels your energy isn't tied to her anymore, she starts questioning everything. Did he really move on? Was he stronger than I thought? Did I underestimate him? Those thoughts eat at her. Not because she wants to come back, but because she can feel your value in a way she didn't before. And here's the part she'll never show you. She starts comparing every guy she meets to the man you became. Not the man she left, the man you turned into after she left. She'll notice the difference. She'll notice the maturity. She'll notice the peace in your silence, even if she pretends not to care. That fake confidence she shows the world, it's just a shield. Because the deeper truth, the one she keeps buried, is that she didn't expect you to outgrow her. She didn't expect you to find your strength. She didn't expect you to become the version of yourself she can no longer reach. And that's the moment she knows. She didn't just lose you for now. She lost you for good. When you finally pull back, when you stop feeding her ego with attention, replies, and effort, something powerful happens in her world. A quiet emptiness starts to spread. Not dramatic, not loud, just a slow drip of realization she didn't see coming. Because she was used to you, used to your comfort, used to the security of knowing you were there, even when she pushed you away, even when she acted distant, even when she thought she had options. Your presence was the safety net in the background of her life. But when you step back, that net disappears. At first, it's just confusion. She wonders if you're busy, distracted, annoyed. She tells herself it's temporary. But when the silence continues, when that steady stream of energy you used to give suddenly dries up, that's when the void forms. And this void isn't about missing you. It's about losing access to the validation she never appreciated. Uncertainty starts creeping in. She checks her phone more than she admits. She notices the gap. She senses the shift. She tries to ignore it, but every hour you stay distant tightens something in her chest. Curiosity hits her. She starts wondering what changed in you, why you're not reacting, why you're not chasing, why you're not fighting for someone who thought she was irreplaceable. And beneath that curiosity, a subtle fear kicks in, the kind you can't fully hide from or distract yourself out of. Fear that she misjudged you, fear that she pushed too far, fear that another woman might experience the version of you she took for granted, fear that you're actually okay without her. That fear grows in silence, because silence, brother, is loud when it comes from a man who used to care. She starts replaying old conversations, rereading memories in her head, searching for the moment things shifted. But the truth is simple. The moment she felt your energy detach, really detach, something inside her panicked. Not because you were hers, but because she knows she no longer has the influence she once did. That's the emotional void your absence creates, a space she can't fill, a silence she can't escape, and a realization she can't undo. And that's when it hits her. She didn't just lose your attention. She lost the version of herself she only got when you were around. It always happens the same way. Once your energy is gone, once your presence fades from her life, she tries to replace it. Not because she's ready, not because she's healed, but because she wants to prove to herself that losing you didn't matter. So she goes out. She talks to new people. She entertains attention she never cared about before. She tries to feel wanted again, but none of it hits the same, because every new face she meets carries the shadow of who you were. She'll compare without even realizing it. How you listened, how you carried yourself, how you stayed calm under pressure, how you cared without begging for anything in return, how you made her feel safe without losing your edge. She'll look for pieces of you in other people, and she won't find them, and that's when it starts to bother her. She thought anyone could give her the validation she lost. She thought attention was enough to fill the gap. But attention isn't connection, and compliments aren't presence. The dates feel empty. The conversations feel shallow. The energy feels forced. Because deep down, she knows those men aren't trying to understand her. They're trying to impress her. And she never realized how rare it was to meet a man who didn't have to perform to earn her interest. A man who was just solid, grounded, real. You weren't noise. You were stability. And stability becomes priceless once it's gone. So now, she's stuck in a loop, chasing a feeling she only experienced with you. Comparing every smile, every gesture, every moment to what you naturally brought into her life. The more she searches for someone better, the more she realizes she had someone irreplaceable. And that's the part that stings her the most. Other men can distract her, but they can't replace the standard you set. Because what she lost wasn't just a man. It was a level of presence, strength, and depth she didn't know she needed until it was gone forever, while she's busy pretending she's fine, trying to fill the gap you left behind. You're out there becoming a different kind of man, and that's the part she never saw coming. Because distance doesn't weaken you, it builds you. During that silence, something inside you starts waking up. You begin to see yourself clearly again. You stop pouring your energy into proving your worth to someone else, and you start investing it back into yourself. Your mind sharpens. Your focus returns. You begin thinking long-term instead of emotionally reacting day by day. Your confidence stops relying on who stays or who leaves. You recognize that peace hits harder than attention ever could. You start working on your body, not to impress anyone, but because discipline feels good. You're up earlier, you're moving differently, you carry yourself with quiet certainty, not loud ego. People notice it. Your presence hits different, grounded, controlled, unshakable. Emotionally, you become harder to access. Not because you're cold, but because you finally understand your own value. You stop offering your heart to people who haven't earned a seat at your table. Your silence becomes strength, your boundaries become natural, your growth becomes non-negotiable. And as you level up, your energy evolves. You're calmer, more selective, more focused on your purpose, your path, your mission. You're no longer a man waiting for someone to validate him. You're a man building something real, something lasting, something bigger than heartbreak. This is the part she feels without ever seeing it. That shift in your aura, that rise in your standards, that quiet confidence that replaces neediness. You become the version of yourself she always wanted, but now that version isn't for her. It's for your future, your growth, your life. And that's the real twist. She lost you at the exact moment you finally found yourself. And then it hits her. Not all at once, but in waves she can't control. Her ego starts to crack. The stories she told herself stop making sense. The distractions stop working. The people she used to lean on don't give her the feeling she lost. And the silence she once thought she could handle, now it feels suffocating. Because she can feel you slipping away for real. Not the temporary distance she expected. Not the he'll come back eventually confidence she once had, but a true permanent shift she never prepared for. She starts noticing the gap you left. She feels the loss of your presence, your energy, your consistency. Regret creeps in, slow at first, then heavy. She starts remembering the moments you stood by her, the support you gave, the loyalty you offered. And she realizes those things weren't normal, they were rare. That fear she used to hide, now it's real. Fear that you've outgrown, or fear that someone else will experience the man she didn't appreciate. fear that your new life no longer includes her. And that's when the dynamic shifts. She becomes the one who wonders. She becomes the one who questions. She becomes the one who imagines what it would have been like if she matched your effort instead of taking your presence for granted. Because the moment she realizes she lost you forever is the moment she finally understands what you were worth. And brother, here's the part that seals it. She didn't lose you because you walked away. She lost you because you finally walked toward yourself.